This is the time where Swami, used to pull legs of boys. I'll tell you one instant where we were all waiting for Swami. I don't know whether I
Sankit, you can
mentioned
just
this.
come in the middle of the camera.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
I
way.
don't know whether I mentioned this. I mentioned this or not. Did I mention about the Namaskar? One boy taking Namaskar with Swami, and Swami was warning not to take. Did I
No, no,
mention
please
that?
carry on. Please tell. No,
Ah,
no.
okay. One day we were all gathered in the bhajan hall, and Swami didn't turn up for the darshan. So we are wondering maybe Swami is busy with some work or something. And just 10 minutes before we start the bhajan, there is some commotion, among the devotees. Then we knew that Swami is coming out of the mandir and coming for darshan. And Swami took a shortcut and came straight into the bhajan hall. And when he was sitting when we entered the bhajan hall, and we know just another 5-10 minutes to start the bhajans, and Swami came and stood in one place, and he was talking to a boy who is on the fourth or fifth row behind. And when Swami was talking, a boy who is in the second row, we are all tempted to
Touch his
take a
feet.
snatch, touch his feet. And as whenever opportunity is there, we always want to do that. So this boy slowly made his effort and tried to touch Swami's feet. And Swami took one step backwards, and Swami sternly looked at him and said, "No." And Swami continued his conversation with the other person who is on the fifth row. And after a few minutes, again, when I told you, Swami is like sugar candy, ants cannot keep quiet. We just try one more attempt. So this guy, again, poor fellow, made one more attempt. And again, Swami was very upset, and Swami sternly told him no. And this I observed sitting on the first line, and I turned towards that boy and I signaled him. I told him, "Don't disturb Swami, not right." And when I was signaling to that boy not to do that, and Swami, while talking to the other person through the corner of his eye, he noticed what I am trying to signal to this boy. Anyway, I kept quiet. I thought I did the right thing. Swami won't mind. So I just kept quiet. And then later on, what happened? Swami finished the conversation. He came straight and stood in front of me. And looking at me, he said, "Touch." I was wondering what touch. No, I was not mentally prepared. And then Swami again lifted his robe, showed his lotus feet, and he said, "Touch." Then before touching, I turned that side because just then I told that boy not to touch. Don't disturb Swami. And here Swami is standing in front of me and asking me, "You touch." So I felt that boy, he will feel very bad. And I want to see his reaction. I turned and looking at that guy, and that boy was looking at me. He was wondering, "Let me see what Sai sir will do now." Because he told me not to touch. Let me see what he will do. So again, I was, didn't want to do anything, and smiling and looking at Swami. And Swami said, "Touch." And now it is a command, and you have to obey Swami's word. So I
Yeah.
took my both hands and I touched Swami's lotus feet. Lo and behold, it was hot. Swami's padam was very hot. Then immediately I looked at Swami. I said, "Swami, it's very hot." And then Swami looked at me and told, "Yeah, I from afternoon a slight cold and the temperature is there. So that is why I did not come for darshan. I came late for darshan." I felt bad and I told Swami, "You could have communicated to us why you should take all the trouble to come. If you have sent word, we would have started the bhajan, we will give arati and we'll get back to hostel. Why, Swami, you take so much time?" And then Swami, with so much of love and smile on his face, and he said, "You people, if you have a headache, you'll write leave letter. If you are having fever, you will write leave letter. Or if you are tired, you will write leave letter. But ఈ సాయిబాబాకు leave లేదు. For the Sai Baba, no holidays at all.
There is no leave
Absolutely
letter.
no. No leave. I can't apply for leave at all." And then Swami told, "See, there are so many devotees travel hundreds of miles, and they just wait to have one glimpse. If they look at me, they look at my robe also, they are satisfied. They are very happy. So how can I deny? How can I refuse?" And that is their devotion. Then I understood we are very close to Swami, but we take things for granted. But there are people who come all the way, and they just won't have a glimpse, not even a word or touch, just a glimpse. They feel they are satisfied and they sanctified and they're very happy. These are the small things, the lessons which bhajan hall trains us. Bhajan hall sometimes knocks at your mind and says, damn it, who you are, what you are, where you are, understand how much of a chance that Swami is giving you, and are you reciprocating in the same way?